Good evening, Kendallach. Here to God willing record today's Chumash with Rashi for the 11th of Nisan. Happy birthday, Rebbe. So another hour left. The Rebbe is extra with us today. He's always with us all the time. He's extra with us today. As always, wanting to bind our souls to God, your pleasure to God, and hasten redemption. Since this year's a leap year, the portions are particularly short. But that's quick. I need a joke. Should have thought of the joke ahead of time. I'm getting happy with the setup, getting very happy with the following. Thank you very much for tuning in, and please pass the word along. Should only go from strength to strength. Finally figured to get the crown spread out and not block it. Have a nice picture of the Rebbe on the top. Anyway, milk duksa. What do you call a cow that doesn't give any milk? It's an utter failure. Alright, so according to the way we learn here, this is in the 16th chapter, the 25th verse. There's chelav achatas, and the fat of the sin offering, yaktir's mizbeach, will be burned on the altar. We're learning about the Yom Kippur offerings. See if Rashi adds anything. He does, but chelav achatas, amori parseir, these are the innards of the bull and the he-goat. Yaktir Mizbeach should be burnt on the altar. Mizbeach chitz on the outer altar. Dilufnim Kasiv, because about the inner altar it says, Lo Tzad Ketor Zar Ola Mincha. It says, don't bring anything foreign on the inner altar. I guess there's a little more to it. I would say it's pretty straightforward. It says, don't offer anything you're not supposed to offer there, and only the incense is offered there. And the verse goes on to include also burnt offerings and mincha offerings. And you might say, but here it's talking about a sin offering, and the notes here explain a sin offering is included in the term burnt offering because that term includes any offering where part of it is burnt. It's very interesting. Alright, don't offer this particular bull and he-goat on the outer altar, the fat of it, and don't bring it to the inner altar, God forbid. And the one who sends off the other he-goat to Azazel, Yikavas Begadav, he should wash his clothes, Rachas B'sara, and wash his flesh, B'mayim and water, and then he can come back. Alright, and it's talking here, it mentions that he should bathe in ritual water. I think he's got to dip in the mik. No Rashi, Chav Zayin. Vespar chachatas v'sir chachatas, and the bull of sin offering and the he-goat of sin offering, asher huva l'damam l'chaper v'kodesh, which is blood is brought to atone for the holies. Yotzim achutz machane, take it outside the camp, sarfu and burn it, be'esh and fire, v'sorsam its hide, v'spasam its flesh, v'spirsham and its waist. Rashi says huva l'damam, the one which you brought its blood, l'hechol l'fini l'fnim, into the hechol and into the inner of innards. Should we translate that right? Here it says make atonement in the sanctuary, not for the sanctuary, not for misusing the sanctuary. So anyway, the Taichi is just to make atonement in the sanctuary. It should be taken outside the camp and burned up there. The one who burns these two particular animals, he should wash his clothes and wash his flesh in water, and then he can come back. This should be as an eternal everlasting statute for you. In the 7th month, on the 10th of the month, Yom Kippur. You should afflict your souls. Here's where we know that we have to fast on that day. And you can't do any work. It's similar to Shabbos. Shabbos of Shabboses. Ezra or a ger, whether it's a native Jew or a ger, a garber socham who dwells amongst you. No Rashi. So afflict yourselves on such and such a day as an everlasting statute, you and the gerim who live with you. Pasuk Lamed, Kiviyom Hazeh, because on this particular day, Yechaper Aleiham, you'll be atoned for, Latar Esem Ekol Chatosehim, to be purified from all your sin. Lifnei Hashem Tiaro, and before God, you'll be pure. One. Shabbos Shabboson, it's a Shabbos of Shabboses, it's a doubled up Shabbos, because you have to keep all the laws of Shabbos, plus you ain't eating and a few other things, you're afflicting your soul. He lachem, it is for you. V'nisam shechem, and again you'll afflict your souls. Hukas olam as an everlasting statute. Lamed beis. Hebra kohen asher yimshach oisai, and the kohen will atone, the one who was anointed. V'asher yimal yisiado, and after he fills his hands, the kohen tachas aviv, for the kohen places his father. Lavish bigdei abad, and he washes. And he dresses in the appropriate clothing. Bigdei kodesh, the holy clothes. It says the priest who was anointed to fill the place of his father, he'll put on the holy, he'll do this particular atonement wearing the linen garments, the holy garments. So Rashi has quite a bit to say on this verse. Let's see the Rashi. There's a kaver kohen yimshich, and the priest who have been anointed. Kaparazu, what's this atonement? Zeh sheyom kippurim, for Yom Kippur, eino kashera. It's not kosher, ella, unless the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, does the Vishan Emar call a parsha ba'aron, because this whole portion of the Torah is speaking about Aaron, the high priest. Hujaglomer Kohen Gadol, so it must be talking about the high priest Abba, or if it comes after him, Shikim also, that'll be like him. So first, it just said the priest who was anointed. I thought we would assume it was the high priest, but maybe that's not such a straight assumption. So Rashi is letting you know it's the high priest because the whole story that we've been learning recently, speaking about Aaron, the high priest. Rashi continues, Asher Yamal Yado, who filled his place, who was inaugurated, who was anointed, however you want to say. Ein Li'ela Mashuach B'Shem Hamishka, he has to be anointed with the holy anointing oil. Marub Bugadi Manayin. How do I know also that even if a person were inducted to be high priest through the wearing of the garb, the normal priest wore 4 garments, the high priest 8 garments. Maybe he was inaugurated through the 8 garments. How do I know he's also included in this verse? Talmud Lomar Sheyom Yado, the one who filled it, who was inaugurated. And these are all the high priests that from the time of Yeshayahu and onwards. Because from that time onward was buried the holy anointing oil. So a high priest can be inaugurated 2 ways, through the oil or through the clothes. You might have the verse here. You might have thought it meant, and the ideal way, I'm going to say, I don't know if it's fair to say, I'm going to say the ideal way would be through the oil. So you might think this verse only applies if someone was anointed through the oil to his position of high priest. Rashi says no, even if he was anointed through putting on the extra garments, because the verse says, or inaugurated. So it says anointed or inaugurated, so it must include both. And these are the high priests from Yeshai and later, because in Yeshai's days was when the flask of the anointing oil was concealed. We learned about in Tractate Yuma all about this particular day, Yom Kippur, a great day where we get completely cleaned up and become perfect before God. And there's a lot of discussion about it. A person could just fast on that day, much more if he could pray and do holy things. It's like one-shot deal, you know, he's all fixed up, or she's all fixed up. Alright. Rashi continues, the Kohen in praise of his father, that if the son's fitting, he should be given preference. So Rashi wanted you to know the verse is talking the high priest, no matter how he's anointed, and then his son gets first shot. Pasuk Lamed Gimel v'chiparas migdash hakodesh, and he atones the holy sanctuary and the tent of meeting, v'es hamizbeach, and the altar, yichaper al-kohanim, and he atones for the kohanim, v'al-kolam, and the whole nation, hakal yichaper, he'll atone for them. So he makes atonement for the Holy of Holies, the tent, the meeting, the golden altar, all the priests and everybody. He's atoning for every single person. This high priest represents all the Jewish people on this day. He does pretty much the entire service, and he gets atonement for all of us. We should have the Holy Temple now, and can't wait to see the high priest and it sits. It'd be great, that golden head plate. Oh man, that piece of gold. I know I want to see that so intensely, but I'm very hooked on seeing that. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Alright, closing verse. And this will be an everlasting statute for you, to atone for the Yidden, we call it Atoisim, for all their sins, God forbid, once a year, and they'll do as Hashem commanded, as Moshe. Rashi, and they'll do what Hashem commanded Moshe. When this particular holy day arrives, is Yom Kippur, do it in the order described here. And to talk about the praise of Aaron, that he didn't take this position to show how great he was because he covered the greatness, rather to do what Hashem had told him. So why is this particular verse written? We already know what we had to do. We knew we had to do it, and we knew when we had to do it. So why is the Torah repeating? It's telling you that Aaron did it in the appropriate way, and to say how great he was, that he did this to do what Hashem wanted, and not just to have a cool office. Verse says it'll be for you an everlasting statute to make atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. We already knew that. Aaron, included in the brackets, Aaron carried out the service as the eternal command of Moshe. You have to know the verse is talking about Aaron. He did a good job, and he didn't do it to be a big shot. He did it to do as Hashem wanted. Everyone should have a wonderful evening. The Rebbe should be fully revealed, where we can see him in Gukash. Maybe we should dancing in the Holy Temple right away. Everyone should have blessings for Cash, kids, and Mashiach. And Mashiach.